At the beginning of the film, we see our beloved anti-hero riding in a taxi while a catchy Indian song plays in the background. He looks restless, bored out of his mind, sitting in the back seat with no one to talk to. Eventually, he decides to move up front and sit beside the driver, who's just doing his job. They strike up a conversation, and we learn the driver's name is Dopinder. Finally, Deadpool has someone to chat with during the ride. Dopinder curiously asks why Deadpool is wearing a red suit. Deadpool explains, "Today is Christmas, and he's on a mission of revenge against the man who ruined his face." Elsewhere, we meet Francis, aka Ajax, a rogue scientist responsible for creating mutants. He's in the middle of a shady deal, selling off his mutant creations for military purposes. After the transaction is complete, Francis disappears into the shadows. Back to Deadpool. He's annoyed. He forgot his weapons bag and only brought a pistol with 12 bullets. Classic Deadpool. He tells Dopinder to stop the car. They've reached the destination. Perched above a freeway, Deadpool waits, and then spots the convoy he's been expecting. He dives in like a hawk and lands right inside one of the cars. Then chaos erupts. He takes down the goons one by one, searching for Francis. But Francis isn't there. Cut to Xavier's school for gifted youngsters, the home of the X-Men. Inside, Colossus is watching the news, catching Deadpool's latest rampage. He's given Deadpool a chance to join the X-Men before, but Wade always acts like a child. This time, Colossus decides to take action and brings along Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Together, they head out to confront Deadpool. Back on the freeway, Deadpool is still hunting for Francis. With just 12 bullets, he's taking down Francis's men one at a time. As the action unfolds, we flash back to 2 years earlier.
Good Deadpool. A love story long before.
Deadpool begins to narrate his past. We meet a young man named Wade Wilson, back before he was Deadpool. He's teaching a lesson to a creepy pizza delivery guy named Jeremy. Wade works at an underground bar where mercenaries hang out, basically a club for hired muscle. A woman named Megan had asked for Wade's help to scare Jeremy off after he'd been stalking her. Despite the low pay, Wade accepts. After threatening the delivery guy, Wade meets Megan to show her the job's done. She hugs him, grateful for his help. Wade returns to Sister Margaret's, the mercenary bar where he hangs out. There, he meets his buddy Weasel. Wade explains that he only takes jobs where the target is worse than he is, people who deserve it. Inside the bar, there's a betting board known as the Deadpool, a game where they guess which mercenary will die first. Weasel bets on Wade, hoping to cash in. Wade buys everyone a round of beer. That's when a woman walks in. Her name is Vanessa. She's an escort, and Wade asks her what he gets for $275. Her answer? 45 minutes of doing absolutely anything he wants. And no, it's not what you think. Turns out Wade is a master of arcade games. He wins a mountain of prize tickets, exchanging them for goofy toys. Vanessa jokingly tells him his time is up. Wade asks how much more time he'd get for 5 tiny robot lion toys. For that, she gives him 3 more minutes. And this time, yeah, it is what you think. That night sparks something more. Wade and Vanessa grow closer and eventually fall in love. For nearly a year, they're inseparable. Wade is convinced she's the perfect woman for him. One day, he proposes, and Vanessa says yes, because she's just as in love as he is. But then, out of nowhere, Wade collapses. Vanessa panics and rushes him to get checked. The diagnosis? Terminal cancer. It's spread throughout his body. Wade is devastated. Vanessa is heartbroken. Their perfect world is suddenly crashing down. Cut back to the present. Deadpool's still looking for Francis. Suddenly he hears a motorcycle approaching. And yes, it's him, Francis. Deadpool unleashes his fury, pummeling Francis without mercy. Francis is confused. Why is this masked man attacking him? That's when Deadpool reveals his face. Francis remembers. It's Wade Wilson. Wade wants revenge. Francis is the one who disfigured him. Just as Deadpool's about to land a final blow, Colossus shows up and throws Deadpool aside. We flash back to the moment after Wade and Vanessa learn the heartbreaking truth. Wade's days are numbered due to terminal cancer. Vanessa is devastated, but Wade does everything he can to comfort her. He promises that everything will be okay. And if he doesn't make it, he'll be waiting for her in the next life. Vanessa, in tears, insists there is no next life. She doesn't want to lose him. Wade, trying to stay strong, goes to meet Weasel at the bar. Weasel jokes that, hey, maybe he'll finally win the Deadpool betting board if Wade really does die from cancer. In that same bar, someone is waiting for Wade. The man claims he knows all about Wade's condition and says that he and his organization can cure him. Not only that, they can make Wade stronger than any normal human being. But Wade brushes him off, uninterested. That night, at home, Wade can't stop thinking about the stranger's offer. More than anything, he doesn't want Vanessa to watch him wither away. And so, with a heavy heart, Wade quietly packs his things and goes to find the man who promised him a second chance. We cut back to the present. Deadpool is still being hassled by Colossus, who's trying to recruit him to join the X-Men. Colossus can't stand seeing Deadpool waste his powers on personal vendettas. But Deadpool refuses. He doesn't want to be anyone's hero. He wants his freedom. In the middle of their argument, Francis manages to escape. Deadpool, furious, blames Colossus and lashes out. But punching Colossus, whose body is literally made of metal, goes about as well as you'd expect. Deadpool breaks his hand, then his other hand, then his leg when he tries to kick him. Now limping and cuffed, Deadpool is dragged away. Colossus plans to take him to the X-Men headquarters. But thanks to his mutant healing powers, Deadpool's limbs begin to heal almost instantly. He saws off his cuffed hand and jumps off the bridge, landing perfectly in a garbage truck below. This is where we truly learn. Deadpool has regenerative powers just like Wolverine. We flash back again, to the moment Wade finally agrees to accept the stranger's offer. He's brought to a shady facility that looks more like a human testing lab than a hospital. Inside, people are being pumped full of strange drugs like lab rats, and this is where Wade meets Francis for the first time. Francis runs the place. It's not government run. It's a private operation designed to create mutants. Ordinary people are transformed into living weapons. Francis and his partner Angel inject Wade with a serum meant to trigger any dormant mutant DNA in his body. Francis, as it turns out, is a mutant too. He's stronger than most and can't feel pain. They use adrenaline as a catalyst to accelerate the process. How do they trigger adrenaline? By torturing Wade, brutally, every day. It's either his mutant genes activate or he dies in agony. As a final attempt, Francis seals Wade inside an oxygen-deprived chamber. In this chamber, there are only two outcomes. Wade's powers awaken, or he suffocates to death. Francis reveals the ugly truth. This facility doesn't create superheroes. It creates super slaves, mutants with control collars, auctioned off to the highest bidder. They're used for terrorism, murder, and other dirty work. Wade realizes too late. He's been tricked. Francis drains the oxygen, and the suffering begins. But then, something happens. Wade's mutant genes react. His skin mutates. His face is left horribly scarred, looking like a burn victim. But he's alive. Francis opens the chamber. Wade is furious. Francis mocks him, saying he could fix Wade's face. But he actually prefers it this way. He seals the chamber again and leaves. But Wade, ever resourceful, had secretly stolen a matchstick from Angel. He lights it, throws it into the oxygen line, and boom! The place explodes in a fiery blaze. When Francis returns, he finds the chamber destroyed, and Wade gone. Suddenly, Wade leaps out and attacks, kicking off a fierce fight between the disfigured Wade and Francis. Francis reminds him, Wade won't kill him. He's the only one who can fix his face. The fight continues, but Wade can't keep up. Francis impales him with a steel rod and leaves him for dead as the building collapses around them. Later, as the flames die down, we see movement. Wade is still alive, thanks to his new healing factor. But now, with his horrific appearance, Wade doesn't have the courage to face Vanessa. He watches her from afar. Even strangers on the street recoil in fear at the sight of his face. Ashamed and broken, Wade turns to his friend Weasel for help tracking down Francis. Weasel advises Wade to wear a mask and take on a new name. After all, Francis thinks Wade is dead. As they search for a new identity, Wade looks over at the betting board from the bar, the Deadpool, and that's when it clicks. Deadpool is born. In his hideout, Wade begins crafting a costume to hide his identity while hunting down Francis. At first, he wears a white jumper and a matching white mask, but after taking bullets and blows, his outfit becomes stained with red, blood stains that are impossible to clean. The next day at the laundromat, an old blind woman suggests a simple solution. Just wear red. That night, Wade takes her advice. He stitches together a red suit and officially becomes Deadpool. Using it, he hunts down Francis by tracking and taking out his henchmen one by one. Eventually, he finds a lead.
Little fire monkey.
To hit you, is it more sexist to not hit you? I mean, lying is real.
Tell me where your fucking boss is! Or you're...
I'll take a foot long.
The next morning, Deadpool hops into a taxi to settle the score with Francis. And yes, it's Dopinder's cab again, picking up right where the story began. Cut to the moment after Deadpool lands in the garbage truck. He tells the driver to stop, clearly annoyed that his plan was ruined by Colossus and Negasonic. Frustrated, he decides to head home, where he now lives with the same blind old woman from the laundromat. Her name, Allie. Meanwhile, at Francis's headquarters, he and his crew are preparing to ship off mutants fitted with control collars, locked inside crates to be sold. Inside his lair, Francis finally uncovers Deadpool's true identity. Furious, he vows to end Deadpool for good. Back at Wade's hideout, he's weak. He just drank antiseptic and his severed hand is slowly growing back, still tiny like a baby's. Wade opens up to Al about how much he misses Vanessa. Al tells him to go see her. That appearance isn't everything. But Wade isn't convinced. He believes Vanessa would be horrified to see what he's become. So he waits for his hand to fully regenerate and tries to come up with a way to force Francis to fix his face. Now we're back at Sister Margaret's bar. Francis shows up, having tracked Wade there. He questions Weasel about Wade's location, but Weasel refuses to talk. Then Francis spots a photo behind the bar, a picture of Wade and Vanessa. He tells Angel to take it. They leave, but not before hatching another plan. Soon after, Weasel calls Wade. Vanessa's in serious danger. Wade rushes to her workplace, searching frantically. From a distance, he finally spots her, but can't bring himself to approach. Instead, he hides in the bathroom, unable to face her with his disfigured face. Meanwhile, Vanessa is told someone is waiting for her out back. She steps outside, only to be met by Francis and Angel, who immediately kidnap her. Wade, realizing she's gone, rushes out the back and finds her dropped purse. His fury is off the charts. Back home, he's overwhelmed with rage, until a message pops up on his phone. It's from Francis, telling him to meet at the scrapyard at noon. And yes, there's a poop emoji included. Deadpool's rage hits its peak. He tells Weasel to gather every weapon they have. The result? An arsenal packed into a single bag. Wade gears up and heads out. Meanwhile, Francis awaits with an army, and Vanessa, bound and gagged. Deadpool puts his red suit back on and heads to the X-Men mansion. He pleads with Colossus and Negasonic to help him. After all, it was Colossus who got in the way, letting Francis escape and capture Vanessa. Together, the three of them hop into Dopinder's taxi en route to the final showdown. When they arrive, Colossus and Negasonic charge in. But just before Deadpool follows, he realizes he forgot his weapons bag in Dopinder's cab. He tries to call him, but Dopinder's already crashed. No weapons, just Deadpool. And his blades. Inside, Francis's men are ready. Angel and Francis are watching from the top of a garbage truck. Angel leaps down and launches a brutal punch, surprisingly knocking Colossus back. Negasonic jumps in to even the score. The battle begins. Colossus takes on Angel, her strength surprisingly on par with his. Meanwhile, Deadpool slices through henchmen with precision. In the chaos, he even arranges the bodies to spell out his own name. Classic Deadpool. Negasonic helps launch Deadpool to the top of the wreckage where Francis is waiting. There, he sees Vanessa locked inside an oxygen deprivation chamber, struggling to breathe. Francis grabs 2 axes. The final duel begins. In the heat of the fight, Deadpool throws a sword, piercing the chamber just enough to let air back in. Vanessa can breathe again, but the battle isn't over. Deadpool fights hard but struggles against Francis's strength. Inside the chamber, Vanessa cuts through her ropes using one of Deadpool's lodged swords. She escapes and rushes to help, stabbing Francis in the back. But even that doesn't stop him. He throws her aside. Below, Negasonic sees Colossus getting overpowered. She unleashes an explosive blast, collapsing part of the shipyard. The giant vessel begins to tilt and crumble. Up top, the fight rages on. Deadpool and Francis clash as containers fall around them. Francis is finally knocked down by a sliding container. Deadpool saves Vanessa from falling and places her back inside the chamber. For protection, the ship collapses completely. Colossus and Negasonic manage to rescue Vanessa just in time. Somehow, Francis still survives. He makes one last attempt to attack, but this time, Deadpool overpowers him. Holding his tiny pistol, Deadpool demands the truth. Can Francis really fix his face? Francis laughs. Number, he lied. There's no cure. Deadpool's fury erupts. He pulls the trigger. Just before the bullet lands, Colossus tries to stop him, urging him to be the better man, to be the hero. He says 4 or 5 moments define a true hero. Deadpool listens, and then bang, shoots Francis right in the head. Colossus throws up. Deadpool has had enough of the lecture. He's not a hero. He never claimed to be. If being a hero means letting a monster live just to wear the moral badge, Deadpool wants none of it, because not everyone is cut out to be a martyr. Vanessa approaches, furious and heartbroken. She punches Wade over and over for leaving her without a word. Wade apologizes. He couldn't bear to let her see what he'd become. Vanessa removes Deadpool's mask, revealing David Beckham underneath. But under that mask is the real Wade Wilson, scarred and broken. Vanessa is stunned. But then, something unexpected happens. She smiles. Because no matter what he looks like, Wade is the only man who can make her happy. Colossus and Negasonic quietly leave, giving the couple some space. And there, in the middle of the wreckage, Wade and Vanessa embrace. The story of Deadpool comes to a close. For now. Wait, one more thing. In the end credit scene, Deadpool breaks the 4th wall and gives us a juicy teaser. In the next film, he's going toe-to-toe with a powerful new enemy. His name is Cable. Thanks for watching, and bye.